it going, Mike?
It's going great. How are you?
I am great. I'm having a girls' night with my two girls, so
Yeah, I can hear.
I'm sure you may hear them running back and forth here in a few minutes. We're just doing a little bit of mommy and me type thing.
Sure, sure.
So how's it going? How is Longshadow doing?
It's going good. It's we've come a long way since we started the campaign at the beginning of February, and yeah, within the next, I'd say 2 weeks at most, we're going to be closing it up for good.
I am sorry. I'm looking for my tab for Longshadow so I can bring it up so everybody can see it.
Sure, sure.
So I've got a lot of new followers and subscribers here. Why don't you give us a little bit of your background history?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, happily. Sure. So yeah, I'm Mike from Chibi Comics, one half of Chibi Comics. My wife is the co-publisher here at the company. We've been around the CG scene since late 2018, early 2019. We've done projects including Samurai and Dinosaurs, The Gods Fear Me, Deep Well, which will be wrapping up and going to print in the fall. And this is our fourth major release, Longshadow.
how is
And
Miss
yeah,
Selena doing?
sorry, what's up?
I say, how is Miss Selena doing?
Oh, Selena's good. Selena's good. She's you're hanging out with your daughters right now, and she's hanging out with Clark.
Oh,
Yeah, it's going to be his birthday coming up on the at the end of July.
okay. Sorry, I have a co-host now. I have
That's
a
fine.
tiny co-host with me at the moment. So we have a chat going over here. Who all's here? What's up, Pops? I don't know if Pops is still here because I think he was here way early, but you're still in the chat, Pops. We love you. How's it going, man?
Hey, Pops.
Pell Rider, one of my favorites, Pell Rider. He says Lola is later than Sugar Chris's she bear. You know what? That she bear, she needs to come around. She needs to come around. I'm just saying.
Right, right.
We have some stories we want to ask about.
What?
What's up, Royal Punky? Selena's cellar door. That's not the same Selena, though.
No, it is not. No, my Selena's with a C.
And Papa Cotton. What's up, Papa Cotton?
Hey.
We got Jeremy Burtz.
Hey, Jeremy.
What's up, Jeremy? Hicks Allen. What's up, Hicks Allen?
Hey, Hex.
There's also John. What's up? Hola. I have to say hola. Did you know that? Did you know that, Mike? I have to say hola to John. If I don't, he gets mad at me.
I mean, look, Ola's a great greeting, but why would he get angry?
I don't know. He gets mad at me if I don't say hola. So I have to say
Okay.
hola.
Hola.
Maybe it's because of the way I say it. I say it wrong or something.
Okay.
I know you want to go on the pool. I want to go on the pool too.
I taking glasses off pool.
Yeah. But that's not what we're here for. We're here to talk about Longshadow. So what made you decide to do Longshadow, Mike?
Sure. So yeah, heading into this year, we had a couple bigger projects like the Red Key, and I knew those were going to take like a year to get out to people, and I wanted something that I could get to everyone in way less time than that. About 6 months ish, and I started thinking about Pulp and just how I love the format and the genre of it, and I kind of thought that it was a shame that it's pretty much died out. And there have been a couple people in our circles that are like working with bringing it back, and I wanted to contribute to that a little bit. Like my words and like a handful of illustrations. That's way shorter production time than like a 32 to 48 page book. So yeah, it was one part I loved the format and wanted to bring it back, and another just another reason was the time factor and getting something to readers quick.
Do you have like a favorite genre of pulp that you like better than the other? Or
I mean, like crime really works well with pulp, but at the
right,
same time, so does, I guess what would be the prototype for superhero stuff, like the Shadow and whatnot, Doc Savage. Um, but I think low and high fantasy are my favorites in pulp, so like obviously the biggest influence being someone like a Robert E. Howard.
right? Rory Howard's a good one.
Yeah, yeah.
He just became my favorite person.
Oh, well, thank you.
I love Conan. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah, and it's cool. I always try to tell people like it's cool that his estate keeps his work in print like in perpetuity. Like you can go on Amazon and they have like all these huge tomes of like everything that he's written from like Conan to Cull and what else? Solomon Kane I just read through last year.
Oh yeah, Simon Kane's awesome.
Yeah, Solomon Kane's really good.
Oh my god.
And
Sorry.
like
I'm gonna start nerding out here in a minute.
no, please do.
No, keep going. Just keep going.
Yeah, well, okay. So like what I really like about the new reprints that they've been doing for his work is they brought in Gary Gianni, who is this like famous traditional illustrator, and he went to the school that I went to actually, and so he restored and dropped in all these like new illustrations that are reinterpretations of the old illustrations because when the pulps got reprinted into like dime store novels, most of the publishers got rid of all the art, and so they just made them novels. So a lot of those older illustrations are kind of sort of lost to time unless you can find the original pulp magazines that they were printed in. So yeah, I love that his estate is not only keeping them in print, but kind of restored them to their original format.
That is awesome. Um, so tell us a little bit about the idea behind Longshadow, because if I remember when we last talked, Longshadow wasn't it like a compilation of different stories by different people?
No, no, no. So it's a mix of genres, absolutely. But it's one story.
So it's one
So
story that just continues.
yeah, I mean,
Okay.
ideally, like we found our audience, and obviously, I'd like to continue to build on that audience for this stuff. But
Mike, just
now,
shoot me now. Just shoot me now. I just embarrassed myself because,
what?
like, I know we've talked about this before, but my
Yeah,
brain is all over the place.
yeah, understandably, yeah. What's up?
And so that's why I was like, wait a minute. It's a lot of but you have different artists, right?
No, Jeff.
Okay.
Jeff is. Oh, I know what you might be thinking of. Are you thinking of Passion's Tales of book?
Maybe because they didn't y'all drop at the same time.
Basically, yeah. We dropped
Yeah,
within a month of each other.
that's what it is. That's what it Passion's fucking me up tonight. Maybe Passion. There's no kids in the room, by the way, so I can say that.
Okay.
Passion, you
Okay.
fucking me up over here, buddy.
Yeah. No. I'm really jealous of what Passion's doing, and he's assembled like a really solid team for that book.
He's awesome, people. I love Passion.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
He's a good dude.
let's get back to Longshadow since I totally just embarrassed myself. I'm gonna go just like hide under the sink now.
No, it's all good.
But
Yeah.
I love high fantasy and I love low fantasy. I love fantasy in general because like it takes you to a whole nother world and it paints you in like this whole different universe that you'll never get to experience outside of words, right?
Yeah. Same here. Same here. And like that was part of it because I feel like, with very few exceptions, most people who write fantasy, like in the mainstream, it, and I think I might have said this last time we were hanging out, like it kind of feels sometimes like if you've read about like 10 or 12 different fantasy books, you've kind of read every story that that has been offered in the genre, and everyone just kind of keeps repeating the same tropes over and over again.
Right.
And so I really kind of wanted to take a stab at doing something at least slightly different with the genre. So it really is a mix of both pulp and noir. It's a fantasy setting, but there are a bunch of noir tropes that are running throughout the entire series.
Well, let me ask you real quick. Who all is working on this book with you? I know it's you and Selena.
Yeah. Selena's gonna help me with like some of the pre-press and formatting stuff. And Jeff Lasley is our main illustrator. He did the main cover, and he's doing all the spot illustrations throughout the book. And we've got Preston Acevedo. He did an alternate cover.
Oh my God, Preston! Oh,
Yeah,
oh.
I know, right?
That's like, oh my God, he's way up there. He's way up there in
Yeah.
my book. Sorry.
Yeah, me too.
I love Preston's work, and like I feel like he is so he's not put out there enough by people. I think like I feel like if more people talked about Preston's work and showed what he can do, more eyes would get on him, and he would just be eaten up because he's amazing.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, I'm definitely trying to do my part when it comes to, spreading the word of Preston. He's been our alternate cover artist since The Gods Fear Me, and as long as he's happy in the Chibi family, like he always will be. I love his work, and yeah, with this one, I think the alt cover he did for Longshadow is like the best he's done for us yet. The only direction I gave him was go full Frazetta, and he just took that and ran with it. Yeah.
He was like, "Hell, fucking yeah, watch this shit."
Yeah, I'm gonna draw the biggest ass. I'm like,
He's
all right,
Peter,
man.
hold my beer.
Right.
Because that's just Preston.
Yeah. As soon as I showed him Redlocks, who's kind of the dame of the book, like I knew she was gonna be the subject for his cover. I knew it.
Well, I know he's a really great artist, so I know he came up with something amazing.
Yeah. It's like it's further down the page. Like I'm sure we'll get to it.
Oh yeah, we definitely get into it. Don't worry about that.
Yeah. So
we
yeah.
got a whole bunch of stuff to get over in here.
Right.
You got like a whole bunch of stuff going on.
Yeah, I do. It's been a couple months. It's been a full campaign, and it's kind of grown and changed a lot over the past couple months. But yeah, so quick elevator pitch. Longshadow is your new favorite ogre detective for hire. He's contacted by a dame named Dreadlocks, and she wants to hire him for a job, and that job is to investigate, track down, and eliminate the Prince of Echoes. This horrible force of nature that's kind of terrorizing the wrong side of the tracks called Old Country. And the adventure kind of plays out from there. There's a bit of detective work. There's a bit of, high/low fantasy action adventure in the vein of Conan. And I'm really happy with how this book's coming together.
Now, Mike, let me ask you something. Is he wearing clothing underneath all that armor and gear?
I mean, he's got pants and a shirt on, yeah.
No, he should be naked.
Well, I mean, look.
I'm just saying, Conan.
Yeah. Look, to be honest, he spends most of the book naked anyway. Like the whole thing when he meets up with Redlocks, like he's in a hot spring butt naked. So
I'm getting yelled at in my chat over here because I haven't posted the link in my chat.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm getting yelled at. So, Gelf, here you go, buddy. Good to see you here too, by the way.
Hey, Gelf.
There you go. There you go, Gelthy. King Leek, what's up, King Leek? You know what? We got to talking, and I completely stopped saying hi to the chat.
Right. Yeah. Let's
I'm
do that.
terrible. I'm so terrible. Like, I haven't streamed in a while just because
Mhm.
I've been like so busy with so many other things going on in my life.
Sure.
It's hard. It's so hard to like balance it all.
It is like I'm trying to build my channel up, and yeah, like I haven't been able to post in like the past week or week and a half now, and yeah, it's a balancing act.
You definitely see the difference when you don't post and you don't stream and you don't like you can tell the difference.
Right.
What's up, Silent Knight 234?
Hey,
That's
Silent.
a new name to me. I've never seen that name before in my life. Hola, Amiga, how's it going, buddy?
Hola.
I love Amiga. Mega's been around a long time.
Nice.
Huge supporter too. Hojo, what's up, Hojo? Sorry, there's a lot of John in there. I'm trying to. What's up, Apex?
Hey, Apex.
We did say hi to Royal Punky, I believe.
I think.
Dokume, what's up, Dokume? I don't know how bad I'm echoing, but if I am, I'm so sorry.
No, it's not that bad.
Alex VRB, what's up, Alex?
Hey, Alex. Yeah.
Johnny freaking Cage, what's up, Johnny? That's my
What the
alt, by the way. If you didn't
fuck?
know, I'm actually Johnny, and I'm a really amazing artist.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you've seen Johnny's work, but oh
I have seen Johnny's work floating around. He is a solid artist. He's definitely on my radar.
see, even he knows. Look, you're doing like 100 things at once. Don't worry.
Right.
Okay, back to Longshadow. I've said hi to everybody. Everybody in the chat is amazing. We love you here, and we're so happy that you come out and support and that you support these projects because without you, these projects do not exist.
Absolutely.
Anyway, I think I got my spill.
I think you're good.
Okay, so back to Longshadow and him
Yeah.
wearing clothes.
Yeah, less clothes. I hear you. I mean, I hear you. Like, I can definitely up the nudity in Longshadow, especially moving forward.
I'm not saying you have to up the nudity. I'm just saying.
Uh-huh.
I mean, he does have something covering his junk already. So
Yeah.
I'm just.
Mm-hmm. No, noted, Lola.
You're hearing me, Mike. You're hearing me.
Yeah, I'm picking up what you're putting down. Yeah.
Okay, my bad. So what is this guy here? What is he doing?
Yeah. So here's Best Preston's cover.
I mean, damn, she got some. That girl works out.
Yeah. Right. I told you, full Frazetta. And he was like, all right.
Ain't nobody got time for all that workout.
Yeah. Yeah. When Preston turned this in, I was like, oh damn, people are gonna love this one.
Yes, that is such a good piece. I love like all the like if you look at it, you can see all the different little demons and just the little intricate things that he's interwoven in there.
Yeah. It's so good.
Now, is this staying black and white or do you have a color version?
No, it's going to be black and white. Like the arrangement we have is, the main cover is full color, and then Preston's are black and white in high detail pencils. It just there's a nice contrast between the two covers that way, and it definitely cuts down on production time for him.
I like it. I think if you added color to it, it would take away from his work right now, like as it is.
Yeah.
So you don't want to do that.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, he put so much work into these pencils. I love it so much.
I just love the devil there. He's like,
Yeah.
Now, who is this? Is this Sim?
Yeah, this is Sim. So our final week, Sim dropped this on me. He contributed like a black and white version of this that I was just going to give as a pinup to everybody. And we talked, and he started like dropping in colors, and I'm like, dude, this got to be a cover. So this is actually our second alternate cover that's still up for grabs.
Now, did you give him any direction for this, or did he just do this out of his own mind?
No, he just did it on his own.
I love you, Sim, if you're listening.
Yeah.
That's the best thing about Sim is he comes up with stuff, and you're like, whoa.
Right. You just start talking about it, and like 5 minutes in, he's like, all right, I got it. That's enough. All right, man.
All right, so now we got like a little description about Longshadow. So he's an ogre detective for hire.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, like I was saying, it is part fantasy, part noir. And yeah, he is a detective for hire based out of the town of Coal on Brick.
He doesn't look like he'd be a very friendly detective, though.
Well, I mean, detectives aren't supposed to be, right?
Well, I mean, if you want information, though, you've got to be a little friendly, right? I mean, he looks like he'd just like pump a sword through you if you didn't give him what he wanted.
Sure. Well, it's the imposing factor, right? Like, you're not going to BS him. Like, you're just going to like cut right to it, so like he gets away from you.
What made you want to put these genres together? Because you've got like the whole crime noir with the detective for hire, but then you've also got the fantasy and the sci-fi and.
Yeah, I mean, so with Longshadow as a character, I've been role playing as him in like tabletop and video games for like over 10 years now. And
Wait. So this is something that you've been thinking about for a really long time before you even like sat down and decided, hey, I'm going to do a book on this.
Yeah. Like I think the last time that I got to play as him was Skyrim, which just shows you how many RPGs I play. But yeah, like anytime like there's a character creation system, or again, like when I have the time to do like tabletop stuff, I always play as Longshadow.
Right on, man.
Yeah.
I love it. I love the fact that it's a passion for you. It's not just putting a story out to make money off of it. It's a passion for you. It's a story you want to tell that you've been telling for sounds like years now.
Yeah, I mean, when it came to putting the book together, like the most work that I had to put in was to the world building, because obviously, like I couldn't just say like this is Skyrim or whatever. I had to design it like a unique fantasy world, but like the character himself, like I've had fleshed out for years now, so it was just kind of like dropping him into this like custom world I built for him.
Right on, man. And are these Preston's as well?
No, so this is Jeff's work for the interior. These are the spot illustrations.
Okay. Because I was looking over here and saw the sketch card, and then I was looking over on the left and was seeing
Right.
the art, and I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, so yeah, this is Jeff Lasley. Jeff likes doing his paintings, but he's also a great traditional illustrator. And
Jeff's a great artist too. He's another one that's very not talked about as much.
I agree. I mean, like we started following each other on Twitter like maybe like 3 or 4 years ago now, and it was that thing of like I knew that I wanted to work on something with him, and again, when Pulp started coming up in my head, I was like, well, it's got to be Jeff. Like I just knew he could handle the look of it.
Right on, man.
Yeah.
Real quick, I want to say, hola, what about? He says big sword.
Yeah.
Every
Hola.
time I see Longshadow with that big sword, I keep thinking, show me your sword, He-Man. Like, I used to date this guy in high school, and he was a huge He-Man fan.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that Skeletor never said that, but
if he did, that's exactly how it would sound.
He would be like, show me your sword, He-Man. And he would go around saying that like all the time. And so like it would get stuck in my head. And so I got to eventually where I was going around saying it. And then someone stopped me one day, which was actually my husband. And he was like, yeah, Skeletor never said that.
Right.
I was like, what? What? No, you're kidding, right?
Yeah. No, it's look, there was a lot of innuendo in that show, but they wouldn't push it that far.
Well, they should have.
Right.
I'm just kidding. Okay, let's see what else we got over here going on. Well, I'm scrolling down. Jeff does really good work. Like I love this one right here.
Yeah, that's solid. So that's that's the Prince of Echoes claiming his first victim at the start of the book. And yeah, this whole sequence is brutal. This is a father and son kind of scavenging through old country late at night, and yeah, they just get got.
Now, okay. Let me see here. Oh shit. That right there reminds me of a Frazetta or Arroyo. I don't know
Yeah.
anything about Louis Arroyo.
I do. Yeah.
A lot of his pieces that he does with ogres, right, is them sitting on a throne,
Right.
with the bodies beneath them.
Right.
Or usually it's a naked woman, sitting at the foothill of it as a slave.
Yeah. I think Jeff even said that he was going to pull reference from some of that stuff for this image. Yeah, that's
really good. Like that really brings me. Cause I'm a huge Royo fan. I love Frazetta. Frazetta is always going to have a special place in my heart. But Louis Royo, as far as a fantasy artist,
yeah,
is like next level for me.
Nice.
And so when I see this, I'm like, I can totally relate that to this piece or that. But there's so many pieces of his that I can relate it to. So it's like it really draws me in and makes me like, I need that. I need that in my life.
Yeah. I mean, every piece that he's done on this book, I've been happy with, and has been exactly like what I've had in mind when I like started giving him notes for each of these illustrations. Like even just even that shot of him talking to Vera the crone, and he's sitting on the tree stump. Like I pictured something like kind of static and Hildebrandish. I don't know like how familiar you are with the Hildebrands.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So yeah, like it's been a really great process. He's got, I think, like 6 more illustrations to go, and we're done with the interiors.
Cool. So when are you expecting to fulfill this?
Well, I was supposed to be doing like pre-press and stuff now, but like I said at the top of the show, I've extended things a bit to like the start of August, and I guess I can touch on that. So we were supposed to close this Sunday, but I got in touch with Kelsey, and we were talking, and we started talking about Longshadow, and yeah, Kelsey Shannon is he mentioned this yesterday on his live stream. He's going to be doing a piece for us, and I'm definitely going to incorporate it into the book, and it's also going to be part of a last-minute stretch goal. So, yeah, I'm going to have more to say on that in like a couple of days, hopefully.
Right on, man. I'm not going to push you for more information than you can give right now, but
Yeah.
I think it's awesome.
It is. So we're looking at like the end of the first week of August. That's probably about when we'll close up. Hey.
Sorry, she's back.
It's all good.
There's some Sissy 4.
Really?
Sissy's 4.
Yeah. You see the pretty art?
Sissy's fucking weird.
Yeah. I have no idea what she just said, but we're just going to say yeah and keep going.
I've got a 3-year-old. I know how it is.
I feel like I need subtitles some days. I'm like, where's my subtitles?
Right.
Like, why couldn't these things come with those?
Hey.
I like this where he's in the pumpkin patch talking to the rabbit.
Yeah. Farmer Hare. That's I think people are gonna love Farmer Hare. He curses like a sailor.
Well, yeah. Who wouldn't love a cursing rabbit that is a farmer?
Yep.
Can't be a farmer without all the cursing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm going to keep going down. Have you added anything new to this one, or?
Yeah, like so I've been adding Jeff's illustrations as he's been turning them in. So the most recent is the Prince of Echoes after the tower image, and I think that's it for now, but I'll be updating it again probably this weekend.
I'm just going to say I love this because it reminds me of Del Toro from Pan's Labyrinth.
Yeah.
So, you know, when she, I don't know, have you ever seen Pan's Labyrinth?
A lot, yeah. I love Del Toro's work.
Guillermo is like, he's like the top notch for directors for me.
Yeah.
But when she goes in into the wall, you know, she's going into the feast, and that monster is coming at her, and he's got the eyes in his hand.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that reminds me of.
Yeah, I totally picked that up. Yeah, I see where you're getting at.
And I'm like, I'm expecting him to like turn his hands around. There'd be like flaming eyeballs or something.
Right.
Sorry, I'm a bit quirky like that.
No, it's all good.
That's what sells stuff for me, though. If I can see other stuff that I enjoy in it,
Mm-hmm.
then I mean that's gonna make me want to buy it more, right?
Hey, that's the hope.
All right, let's go up here to your tiers because I noticed a lot of these that we've gotten into here are all sold out.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff that's sold out over the past couple months.
Awesome, though. That's good news. That means
Yeah.
and it's doing well and people want it.
Yeah, I'll take it.
All right, so the featured tier is the swag bag. What all do you get in your swag bag?
Yep, we always do a swag bag with our campaigns. So this time around, you're going to be getting the main cover for Longshadow. You'll be getting a copy of the prequel novella, A Murder in Amberglass. You'll be getting a Longshadow trading card, a map of the a map of Elos as a print. You'll be getting a Longshadow sticker, and you'll be getting a mini poster of the main cover.
Right on, man. Sorry, the little one's wanting to draw. My kids are very artsy types, crafty types.
Ain't nothing wrong with that at all.
So we try to encourage creativity. Always.
Mm-hmm.
Does the map come in that?
Yeah, you're going to be getting a print of the map.
Okay.
The original art for the map was for sale, and it sold like the first week of the campaign.
So tell us a little bit about the map here. Is that just something you decided to throw in there, and that way people understood the world that you built, or?
Well, it started off actually like just for me. Like I worked it out just so that I would have reference for like where everything took place, and I could kind of map stuff out in my head as I worked on the script. But once I kind of had it thumbnailed, I was like, if I took the time, it would make for a pretty solid illustration. So I took a night or two and fleshed this version of it out. And yeah, I thought, what the hell? Like if I list it and it sells, cool. If not, it's just something I can have up on my wall. And yeah, it sold within, like I said, the first couple of days of the campaign. And
that's awesome, Mike.
Thank you. Yeah, and now it is what it is. Like it's everybody loves maps, so everyone will. Well, the swag bag people will get a print of it, so they can kind of visualize where everything takes place.
By the way, Allie knows who the Pale Man is. So it's the Pale Man from Pan's Labyrinth. That's his name.
Yes.
Is the Pale Man.
Yes.
Thank you, Allie. Thank you for showing up.
Yeah, I was blanking on the name of it too.
I knew it had a name. I just couldn't remember what they called it.
I just always call his characters Doug Jones. Like
I love Doug Jones.
He's great. But just like it's that thing of like you can put all the makeup and prosthetics on him you want. I still know that it's Doug Jones.
Right, right. I love Abe. Abe is probably my favorite character.
Yeah, Abe was a great design. Like executing that as an actual practical effect was cool.
They did a really good job. Anyway, sorry, I don't mean to get us sidetracked.
Hey, it's all good. I just,
I'm the
I
queen of
love,
sidetrack.
yeah, no, I love talking about all this stuff. Like, tangent all you want.
Well, like I like the fact that so many different things that I enjoy, right?
Mhm.
Like that I tend to nerd out on. I can see it in other things that I'm enjoying, right?
Sure.
Like for Longshadow, for instance, I can see Conan, I can see some Del Toro in there, I can see some Frazetta, some Royo. I'm all these people that I enjoy their work.
Yep.
I'm able to see that, and I enjoy that, and that's what I love about the indie comic scene is that I can pick something up and I can see inspirations from things that I enjoy.
Yeah, and it's cool. It's cool to know that this stuff that you thought it was just you that was into, like it turns out a whole bunch of other people are into as well.
Right on, man. All right, so you do have a digital tier here.
Yeah, we have a digital tier. We have a digital chibi pack as well because the physical chibi packs all sold out. The chibi packs were basically like a catch-up tier if you wanted to get in on all of our previous books.
Let me ask you real quick: are you planning on doing chibis of Longshadow?
Yeah, so if we hit our main stretch goal of 8K, we're going to be unlocking a world guide book that's going to be designed to look like an old D&D monster manual from the 80s.
Right on.
And Selena will probably have a bunch of little chibis as like spot illustrations throughout it.
Yes, yes, I
Yeah.
love it. I love it. I love the whole husband wife team up. Like I love that idea.
Yeah, me too.
Family
It's
affair.
yeah, I like the whole, as you said, the husband wife team up, like the All Reds, Frank Miller and Lynn Varley. Well, before things went bad. But yeah, it's been great working with her all these years now.
You guys are an awesome team too. So
Thank you.
and I figure she probably keeps you walking that straight line. So
Yeah, she does. She's definitely the managerial end of things where I just want to run and play.
that's how it's supposed to work, man. That's how it's supposed to work.
Yeah.
So we've got the main cover here, which is 20.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got Preston's cover.
Yeah, we do.
For $3 more, you can get Preston's cover. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Why wouldn't you just get both?
I know.
Just saying.
And then and then we've got Sims, and underneath that I have both covers tier, but what I think I'm going to do when we head into the final week is I'm going to take that down and put up an all three covers tier.
Oh, look, you have a tier for both covers.
Yeah, I do.
How awesome is that? We were just talking about that, and then I scroll down and I see that you have a tier for it.
Yeah.
Wow. I must really make things happen. No, I'm just kidding.
I work that fast, Lola.
I'm just kidding. And then you have a digital chibi pack. So is this all the other books that you've done?
Yeah, and the idea is with each new campaign, we'll just add another book to the stack. So, next time around, which will probably be the Red Key, it'll be these three plus Deep Well will be in there, and the Red Key, and then we just keep going from there.
Lady Allie wants to know: is there a black and white edition?
Well, I mean, look, if you just want pure black and white, the Preston version would be the best. The interior spot illustrations by Jeff Lasley are going to be in black and white because it's pulp, so it's a mix of prose and art. And if we colored the spot illustrations, then the whole book would have to technically be in color. So yeah, like the book itself is in black and white, and if you just wanted all black and white, including the cover, the Preston cover is going to be in black and white as well.
Right on, man. Thanks for clarifying that for her.
Yeah, absolutely.
And hey, if anyone else has any other questions they want to put up in the chat, I will gladly read them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mike, take over.
What?
You're the host now.
Okay, you got it. All right, so after the digital chibi pack, we're looking at Preston did a series of sketch cards for us. So one of them sold. Which one sold? The second one sold. So we've still got 1 and 3 available. So a shot of Longshadow and a shot of the demon Amun. And so what those sketch card bundles come with is you'll be getting the prequel novella and a copy of Preston's cover of Longshadow and the sketch card of your choosing. So those are 75 each, and when they are gone, they're gone. He did, like I said, 3 of them altogether. So after Preston's sketch cards, so this is where we start listing Jeff's original art. Jeff has been kind enough to give us all of the original art pieces and let us sell them. So you can get that shot of the prince, taking down his first victim, and you'll be getting a copy of Longshadow and the original art with each of these perks. So there's the one for the Prince of Echoes, and there's the one for the Amun on his throne. And one last one, him talking to Vera the Crone. I may add 1 or 2 more before we close out the campaign, but I'd like to see those sell first before I list more.
So, do you still have Drawn In for the Longshadow? Do you still have that available?
Yeah. So after the Vera the Crone original art, the next perk is the Many Echoes, which is our Get Drawn In perk. So the way the Prince of Echoes works is think of him as like a mystical, parasitic take on the Thing. I wanted to do my own spin on vampires, and basically, instead of consuming blood, the Prince of Echoes like devours a person's like very soul or spirit, essentially like wiping them out of existence, and then he can take over their shell until it decomposes. So there'll be a moment in the book where you see some, not all, of his previous hosts / victims, and you can be drawn in as one of them.
That's awesome. Yeah, I know what I'm getting when I'm done here.
Oh,
We're good.
okay. And then there's I think after this it's just the original art perks. Matt Burke's pinup. Matt's been really supportive of the campaign. He gave us this pinup and was like, "Hey, just go ahead and list it to the campaign."
That's awesome.
Yeah.
There are so many great people in this community and in the whole indie sphere that just, it blows my mind.
Yeah, I mean, kind of like dancing on the fringe of the mainstream for like 10 years. I never met as many supportive people as I have since joining CG. It's been incredible.
Sorry, I know everybody probably just heard that. My kids are downstairs, like, playing ping pong.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I heard something.
Yeah, they're playing ping pong, so they're throwing the ping pong balls back and forth.
Okay. Yeah, that definitely sounded like a uh-oh.
Yeah, I had to stop for a minute. I was like, oh, they're playing ping pong. I know what they're doing.
Right.
Allie's like, what's it about? Well, I guess you'll have to rewind the stream, Allie, and go back and rewatch.
I mean, yeah, I mean, hey, I like again, like I can one sentence it. Ogre Detective for Hire is hired by a dame named Redlocks to take down the Prince of Echoes, a terrible
Yeah.
force terrorizing the countryside.
How many times have you had to do that?
Tons and tons and tons. Like I mean, you know how it is. By the time you get to at the end of a campaign, you pretty much have the whole pitch memorized.
Yeah, and it's the same time you're like, okay, well, I could have said this different or this better, or I could have done this, or
Right,
and you're just
right,
exhausted and you're like, you've already got all these other things that you're doing in your life, right? Like most of
right.
us have normal jobs and kids and all that kind of stuff. So it's like when you throw all this extra stuff on it, you're exhausted and you're like, okay,
You
how do I
know,
say this without using so many words?
right, right. How can I make this as quick as possible? You know,
Exactly.
like when you see directors or actors like on the press junket, like I totally understand when they just kind of look brain dead because it's like they've just the same thing. They've just been saying the same things over and over and over again
Yes.
all day.
Yes. Yes. Oh. I'm glad that though that like more people are able to get it down to that one sentence, because just then you just did it, you got it down to one sentence to what it's about, and in that
Right.
one sentence it tells you everything you need to know. So he's a detective ogre who is fighting a villain who's called the
Prince
Echoes.
of Echoes.
Prince of Echoes.
Yeah,
Thanks, Mike.
I try to follow the rule of thumb that if you've been talking longer than a minute and no one else has, you probably need to let someone else interject. So yeah, I try to be really good about keeping my pitches as concise as I can.
I don't know what I just did, Mike.
What did you do?
Somehow or another, I popped out the StreamYard tab from all the other tabs, and so like I have a whole new window with just StreamYard.
Oh,
I don't know how that happened. Okay, we're still good. We're still live. We're still
okay, okay,
So let's roll.
all right, good.
But no, Longshadow looks really good, man, and I'm super excited for this. And
Thank you, thank you.
to see it go from the beginning when you first launched to
Right,
now, I mean, that's
right.
still awesome. Like I said, I'm super excited for this.
Thank you. Yeah, and as soon as me and Kelsey have some stuff finalized, like I'll be dropping some big stuff on people. So hopefully that'll only be a couple more days.
Right on. Now, was Kelsey originally working on this in any way?
No, no. Kelsey's been busy doing Kelsey, being Kelsey.
Really?
Uh,
I
yeah,
mean,
like
Kelsey's been busy?
no, not him.
Why would
Yeah.
Kelsey be busy? I mean, come on.
So this is his first return to Chibi Comics since the cover to Samurai and Dinosaurs.
Right on. That was a good book too.
Thank you.
Speaking of Samurai and Dinosaurs, because I know this isn't Longshadow is not your first book. It's just your
Right.
passion.
Right.
You had Samurais and Dinosaurs,
Mm-hmm.
and tell us what else comes in the digital chibi pack.
Sure. So it's Samurai and Dinosaurs. The Gods Fear Me, and it'll be Longshadow. Since
Gods Fear Me. I remember Gods Fear Me because that was such a damn good book.
oh well, thank you.
Sorry.
Thank you.
I knew there was another one in there and I was trying to remember.
I was really happy with the Gods Fear Me, and Christian was really busy this year, so we're not going to be able to do book 2 until like sometime early next year. But yeah, like people aren't ready for some of the stuff we've got planned for that sequel.
And you everyone in the chat, Mike, y'all have to forgive me. There are so many people in this community. It's hard for me to keep up with who has what going on.
Right.
And who they're working with and all of the different I mean, when I hear the names, I can remember them.
Right.
Especially like God's Fear Me, right? And
Right.
Samurai and Dinosaur. I mean, those are things you don't forget.
Oh, well, thank you.
But my brain is so all over the place that it's hard for me to keep up with everybody else and who they're working with. So
Right. No, I get you. Yeah.
I
So
tend to ask repetitive questions. That's why.
no, it's totally cool. So yeah, like Christian is he does a lot of work with Alterna. Like right now, he's drawing an issue of King Cryptid for Peter Simeti.
Right on. Christian's a
And
damn good artist too.
he's incredible, and he's also doing the follow-up issue to Ed Gein. So yeah, like I said, he's really busy this year.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I had someone screaming, so I was like, I gotta go stop the screaming.
Yeah.
For the neighbors called the cops on us. Because they think that, someone's being murdered.
Right. No, I get you. So yeah, Deepwell, we're in the tail end of production on Deepwell, so hopefully by the time we launch the Red Key, that'll be added into the next Chibi pack as well.
Now, do you know when you're going to launch the Red Key?
We wanted to around like September or October, and there's still a chance we may hit that window. If not, it's probably going to be pushed back till like February.
Okay. So you got a lot of stuff in the works still just to come. Like,
yeah, it's things, specifically with Stefani on the Red Key, a lot of things went down with that dude last year, and he kind of had to rebuild his life a little bit. So, I'm being as patient as I can be, and I know he's going to come through in the end. And the Red Key is like the book we've been building to for like 4 years now, and I can't wait to show it to people.
right. I remember Deepwell as well. And you talking about the Red Key, I think the last time you came on.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see where you're going, Mike. I'm excited to see what you're producing. I'm super excited to see what Selena's doing.
Yeah, we're talking. Selena's gonna try to have something of her own off the ground, maybe sometime next year. We'll see.
If people don't realize, I might have a girl crush on Selena.
Oh,
That might be my girl crush.
somewhere she's blushing right now.
I love her. She's a sweetheart.
Yeah, she is. She's the best.
But so you say that you're supposed to close this out on Sunday, but Kelsey came through for you, so you're looking at maybe the first week of August?
Yeah, like more likely than not, the first Sunday of August will close out.
So people, you got a little bit more time to get on this. Like, come on, let's get it. Let's, back this project, because these indie projects, this is how they get created and how we get more of them. And for one, I back them because I want more.
Absolutely.
I never want to go back to the mainstream.
No, every time I go into a comic shop, it's kind of depressing. Depressing these days,
isn't it? Like, oh my gosh, like we've been in Nashville over the summer, like in and out of Nashville over the summer.
Mm-hmm.
And so we've went into some of the comic shops there because we're not there normally, right? So like
Yeah.
we don't normally see the comic shops there. And yeah, it is depressing. It's like the most depressing thing I've seen in 17 years.
Absolutely.
Of being married to a nerd. I'm like, I'm just like, what in the hell have I walked into? Just like, I mean, you've got shelves just full of the big two, right? But I'm gonna tell you something. There's a little sliver of hope, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we walked into one the other day, and sitting on the shelf, right,
Mm-hmm.
was Niobe
Mm-hmm.
from Antarctic Press, and then which I don't know if you remember Niobe and their team or not, but
Yeah.
and then Florida Man was sitting on the shelf.
Oh wow.
And I was impressed. I was like, wow, I know those creators. I know those people behind those books. Like some of them I've talked to personally and some I just, in passing. But either way, it's like it's that little sliver of hope that one day I will see CG projects in comic shops.
Yeah, I'd love to see that. There's a guy, there's a CG guy out here that has a comic shop out in the middle of Oregon, and he's got some of our stuff out there. I think he has some other CG books, but yeah, I'd love to see it grow and become more of a national thing.
I just want to see the indie scene take off and get bigger than the big two, and it looks like it's doing that. Have you heard about our friend Eric July and what he's
Oh,
doing?
no, I haven't heard of that man.
You never heard of Eric?
Never.
I think it's awesome. I think it's awesome to see Eric just get to the point that he's at right now, and that
Yeah.
he's creating and he's doing something amazing. He's got his own business that he's running, and nobody can stop him. Nobody can take him down.
Right. Well, I mean, it's what we've all been saying for like a year or two now. Like all it's going to take is one of us, cracking through that shell, and there's no going back. I mean, our main issue when it comes to CG was just exposure, right? Like our exposure was as big as all of our YouTube channels were. But now there's officially mainstream attention on all this stuff.
Exactly. And that's another little bit of built on sliver of hope, right? Like
Right.
that eventually the mainstream is going to die out. It's just going to.
Yeah.
And what's going to take over is going to be the indie scene.
Yeah, and yeah, I think,
and that's what we've all been building for 5 years now.
Right. I think at this point, the only people who are still reading mainstream comics are just doing it out of habit. And all it takes is like that one opportunity to like put something different in front of their face to make them go like, oh, this is why I read comics. Not just because it's a habit or a routine,
Pirate Life. I agree with you totally there, Mike. I saw this comment here. It says, to be fair, Tennessee never really got much love from outside entertainment. That's why people gravitate to Ripaverse. It's not judging them.
Mm.
See, that's the thing about Tennesseans. We don't sit around judging people. So
right. No, that's what people do out here in Portland. Which is why we're leaving.
Yes. Get out of there. Get out of, California and Portland and where's the other one? There's one in Washington.
Yeah, I mean, look, basically the whole West Coast is just kind of a cesspit at this point.
Right on, man. I've got more people showing up in this chat over here. I'm just like floored by all the love. What's up, Nikki? Says Lola, hey girl, been worried about you and Tug and family. Hope all of you are doing well. We are doing quite well, my friend. We spent some time together, and then I took Dad home, and now I'm having a girls' night with my two girls. So, and I'm talking to Mike about Longshadow in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Because Mike is such a good friend of mine, and it was funny. I was actually talking to Tug earlier on the way to take him home, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have Mike on. He's like, Mike Murphy? Yeah, I like that guy. I like his work. I was like, you're too funny.
Yeah, Tug's the best. I think I've like been on with him once or twice, and he's a dude I know is like extremely busy, and I'm always happy when I get to chat with him.
Well, I believe he backed your books, and if he hasn't backed your books, I backed your books, so we have all of your books. So,
yeah. No, yeah, I remember.
I'm not backing them, then he's backing them, and if I'm backing them, then he's not because of me. But
Yeah, no, both of you guys have. Yeah, both of you guys have been so supportive.
I love it. I love giving back into the community, and I love being able to support the things that I enjoy. So, yes, Dean, that's not this show. This is not Tiny Food. Mike probably wouldn't be happy with Tiny Food Challenge.
It depends. What do I have to do with the tiny food?
So we get these kits, right? Me and Wise Guys. Do you know Wise Guys?
Yeah.
Okay, so we get these kits, right? Like I order mine from Amazon and he gets his from the Asian food store.
Okay.
Like his local Asian food store.
Sure.
And so we go on and we make these tiny little food kits and they're like gelatinous blobs of sugar and funk and like they come out looking like cheeseburgers and sushi and all this different foods, right?
Okay.
But they don't taste like what you made.
Mm-hmm.
So like in your head, you're saying, okay, this is sushi, so I'm expecting like a salty flavor.
Yeah.
And really, it's really sweet and just gross. And you're like,
Lola.
no, this is bad food.
Yeah. Look, it's been said that I have baby mouth. So that sounds like a nightmare for me.
Oh, it's a nightmare for me. I always give it to my oldest daughter, and I'm like, here, because she does it with us. She'll do the challenge with us.
Mm-hmm.
And I always make her try the food. I'm like, I'm not eating that.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, King Leak knows they're like gummies.
Okay, I mean, maybe.
Only they don't have THC in them.
Right.
So it's not worth me eating it.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying, Mike. Just saying.
No, I'm picking up what you're putting down, Lola.
Yes, gamer Jackie, that is Logan Bug running around in the background. I'm gonna have to go take care of them.
Yeah.
But I am so happy you came on and talked about Longshadow again.
Well, yeah, I mean, thanks for making time, especially in the middle of ladies' night. I appreciate it.
Well, Mike, you know I've always got time for you, buddy. Always.
Oh, well,
I will
thank
find
you.
a way to make time for just about anyone if you hit
Sure.
me up.
Sure.
Try to be pretty good about that.
Right. Well, yeah, I mean, look, definitely go wrangle those kids.
Well, Mike, and thanks so much again for coming and talking about Longshadow and what your future plans are.
Thank you.
I look forward to seeing whatever it is that you're creating and putting out there for us. Because, dude, you've been spot on. You've hit it out of the park. You know.
Thank you. Yeah, we're planning on big stuff for next year. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting Deep Well and Longshadow out the door, and yeah, the Red Key is going to be big.
Excited. So thanks again to everybody in the chat for coming and checking out Longshadow with us and talking to Mike with me. And I'm just happy to see everybody. I'm happy to be back to streaming too. I haven't streamed in so long. It's like, what am I doing here? I'm sure y'all all hear the baby too, which is no longer a baby. So tell them all bye. Say bye.
Bye. Bye.